In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to open up a secondary form inside of your main form. This is basically the same thing as a tab control, but it's not a tab control, so you don't have to worry about going back and forth between tabs when you can just open up a whole different form. I honestly think it looks cleaner. You can use tabs if you want, but if you actually want a better design or certain things to appear that you can't normally do with a tab control, then you can do it this way. So the first thing you're going to do is get a panel. We don't need two, only one. And then you just want to make it as big as you want, basically. And then I'm going to come down here and I'm going to rename it, and I'm just going to name this form holder, I guess. And then I'm going to come back to the toolbox and I'm going to get a button. And then I'm actually going to just copy and paste it. And I'm going to change this, the text of it, to form 2, and then I'll just change the one of this to form 3. So now that we have that, come over here, right click on the project name, come over to add, and we're going to add another form. We can keep the name of it as form 2. And then right click, come over, add another form, just name this, form 3. Now what you want to do is come over here, click on the form holder, come down to size. You just want to copy that size, come back to where form 2, and before you actually put the size in there, you want to come up here to form border style and just make sure that this is set to none. It can mess up the actual sizing with the border, and then you just want to paste the form in there, well, the size in there, and then you just want to do the same thing if you're doing more than one form. Make sure that it's set to none, come over to the size, and paste the size in there. Now, just to show that it's different forms opening up, we're just going to change the background of this to blue, and then we can change the background color of this to red. So now we can actually get to the code part. So you can double click the button, and then right above it, or anywhere you want, we're going to make a public void, basically showing that we want to open up a new form. So public void, and then you can name it whatever. We're just going to name it new form, and then it's going to be an object, of course, which is the form. Just make that nice and simple. So now we're going to make an if statement just to check if the form holder has anything inside of it already. If it does, it's basically just going to replace it and open up the new form. So we're going to do this dot form holder, and we're looking for the controls that are currently inside of it, and we're going to do that by finding the count of it, and then we're just going to do this dot form holder dot controls, and if it does have something, then we're going to remove it at what it is. And since we're only doing one instance of checking for one form, then all we need is 0. Now we actually need to make the instance of a new form opening. So we're going to do form. Just make sure it's form, not form 2 or anything. And then we're going to actually set a name for it. So we'll just do nf for new form, and then form is going to be as the actual form. And so now when we make it want to load into the form, we want to make sure that the top of the form or top level is going to be false. And then we want to make sure that the form is also being docked inside, so it's not all over the place. So we can do nf dock, and then the dock style is what we're actually looking for, and we're just going to make sure that this is set to fill. So when the form loads, it will actually fill the entire form rather than being only in certain spots. Now that we actually have it how it's going to be set up, we're going to do this dot form holder, and we're looking for the controls. We're basically going to be adding the control, well, the new form to the control of the form holder, and then we're going to do this dot form holder dot tag. I'm also going to make this a tag just to make it a little bit simpler to find down the road, and then nf, not ns, nf dot show. So that's pretty much the layout for it. So now button 1 was for form 2, so all we got to do is make sure we do new form, which is obviously the void that we made. And then anytime that you actually want to open up something new, you obviously need to do new, since it's also searching for an object, so we need a new object. And then we're just going to do form 2, which is pretty simple. And then if you come back, double click on form 3, and you do new form 3, then just close that. Well, not close it, but yeah. And that is all set, and that's pretty much all you do it. So now if we just go ahead and build the solution, build succeeded. And now if we click on form 2, form 2 opens. If we click on form 3 opens. Really isn't a rate limit on it, so you can actually go back as fast as you want. Doesn't really matter. But that's pretty much all there is to it. Again, this really helps. You can do a whole bunch of different things with it. You can set two forms if you two panels or form holders, and you can have, if you click on a button, then two different things appear. All you got to do is play with the code and get it to your liking. It really isn't hard to do. It's a real easy setup. And I honestly think it's way better than actually using tab controls, just because you can do more with it and the layout is way better. And you're also not shoving a whole bunch of stuff just on one form. But if you have anything else that you would like to see, this was actually a request from someone, so I decided to make it. But if you have anything that you would like to see, just comment down below, or if you're in the Discord, you can always DM me and just tell me what you would like to see. And as always, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And thank you for watching.